forgive the devil. Well, you have to understand what forgiveness is. You have to understand what it is. The devil is not man. He was not made in the image of God. I'll ask you a question so you can start understanding it. A being who has no right to make decisions, a being who's not given a free will, cannot be forgiven. He wasn't given that gift. He was under instruction only. So you're dealing with a malfunction, not an act of a mistake. You forgive someone who made a mistake, who did something wrong that he wasn't supposed to do, and had a choice. Satan had no choice. Satan had no choice. Satan malfunctioned. If you have a device, you can either fix the device if there's a problem with it when it malfunctions, or you're going to destroy it. So when you say that device is irreparable, it's malfunctioned, it's irreparable, you can't forgive it because it doesn't have an option. Satan had no option. He wasn't given a will to make decisions. That's what you need to understand. So he cannot be forgiven. He malfunctioned. And in God's book, that malfunctioning element has to be destroyed. So when God created hell for the devil and his angels, it was because they, for the beings that they were, remember, they're not a race. Every angelic being is an individual creature and the only one of its kind. They're not a race. It's the only one of its kind. And with the malfunction, it has to be destroyed. This is God's plan. It cannot be redeemed. It had no option. So it wasn't a choice to do good or to do evil, to do right or wrong, to go left or right. No. The program to do things in a certain way. And now here's where Satan got his wrong from. I want to explain it to you because sometimes some people ask, they say, so how did Satan become this way? Something was given to Lucifer. He was called Lucifer, son of the morning, before he became Satan and the devil. Something was given to him. What was given to him was the anointing. The anointing gives you insight. He was anointed by God. He was called the anointed cherub. The anointing gives you insight, which means you are able to understand certain things about the mind of God. The anointing gives you light, was the anointing, which means with that anointing, you are able to see what is right, what can please God. You can see it. And so, you use it to fulfill God's plan. It is a gift given to you with which to serve God and with which to lead. So as the anointed cherub, he was God's vice regent. And with that anointing, he would lead. Now, with that anointing, he became smarter than others. Because the anointing gives you insight. The anointing gives you clarity. So he knew what to do. Now look at it. It's a tool. It's a tool to be used. The knowledge is like a tool. So it's not his person. He's programmed to do things in a certain way. Then God gives him this tool to use. And with that tool, he knew how to deceive. He knew to do it this way or to do it that way. So with that tool, he made a decision which he was not supposed to make. He said, I will ascend, and I will set my seat above the Most High. See, he chose to use that. And that was why it was easy for him to lead many others, because they were just under his charge and they weren't reasoning it out. Let's go. And they followed. See? And so God judged them, condemned their work, condemned Satan and his angels. That's what it says. He prepared it for Satan and his angels. His angels. Not Satan and the angels. He didn't even say Satan and other angels. But it says, and his angels. To show us that it was about their becoming his messengers. They carried out his will. So that's where the problem came from.